Oh,
Contrary to popular belief, we are not just Rocket Lab fans. We are space fans. Guys, welcome to our new project. This is the Space Fan Club. My name's Ian. I'm one of the Hustle Brothers here. I'm here with my good friend Chris, and you know us as the Rocket Lab Fan Club. We speak about Rocket Lab on the daily. But myself and Chris were speaking last night, and we've been speaking about Redwire an awful lot. We do touch on Starship. And we thought, instead of just talking about space investing, space, well, not even space, just Rocket Lab alone, why not take the bull by the horns? Why not create a space fan club where we cover everything space? Guys, tonight we're here to cover Starship's 10th test flight. Chris, my guy, this is something new. How are you feeling, my guy?
it's a beautiful day, as you guys can see out here on the East River. Beautiful Matthews, East Coast of Virginia. About a hour's birds fly across the Chesapeake Bay over to Wallops. Obviously, a big fan of everything Rocket Lab, but of course, again, big fan of space. And I've always been a huge fan of Elon Musk. That's one of the things that got me into space in the first place when it comes to following companies. And yeah, we do. We talk about Rocket Lab a lot, Redwire. If there's anybody out there from the ASCS Space Mob, thank you. You're welcome as always. Join in. This is going to be fun. This is going to be educational for all of us. And this is our first time covering a SpaceX launch. I love launches, as you guys know. I love the rockets. You know, the space system side is the nerdy side, the number side. You need it, for revenue and that kind of stuff. But we want to see this bad boy be successful. I'm praying and hoping for all the success. Congrats to Elon Musk. Congrats to everybody out there at SpaceX. What you do is amazing, and cannot wait to see this thing, you know, jump off that. That's a big beast, man. That's a big nasty beast. I hope they're successful, man. I really do. I can't wait to see this thing get off.
Mate,
Excited.
once 33 Raptor engines ignite, the adrenaline always gets going. Guys, we are T minus 1 hour, 39 minutes away. We will be live streaming the whole launch. You'll get a reaction. You can steer the stream. Guys, anyone that has seen our Rocket Lab fan club, you jump into the comments, you dictate exactly what we speak about. So don't be afraid. And it doesn't have to be about SpaceX. It can be about Rocket Lab. It can be about Redwire, ASTS. It could be about Blue Origin. I don't really care. We will try our best to find an answer for you. If we don't know, we'll find a specialist that does. Look, myself and Chris are not specialists. We are fans. We are fanatics about this whole industry. Look, me and Chris fairly nervous today. we think, do you know what? We are really putting our neck on the line. You don't get much Rocket Lab people branching out and speaking about SpaceX. It's known to be, as people may say, a little bit of competition. I have done a video on why I don't believe it's competition. I want all companies to succeed. This is something completely different. This is going to be more of passionate space fans talking about space exploration. What's the benefits of Starship? And then, if you really enjoy it, we will start doing deep dives into, look, what we're good at, doing the research, diving down rabbit holes. What's next for Starship? What's next for SpaceX? We know Starlink is more or less funding this project. But can we see the likes of SpaceX going public? And I know some of you guys won't be into investing that are here. Chris, I'm going to be dead honest with you. The viewers are building bigger than they normally do on Rocket Lab Fan Club, just to make you that little bit more adrenaline driven. But Chris,
I love it. That's great. That's great. If you guys are here new and especially if you're big SpaceX people, thank you. Yes, we are not the experts, but we do have a great team of guys that do amazing research, and they are quick to correct us, and we take it on the chin, and we're happy to be corrected. To us, it's not a competition. Rising tides lift all boats. I want to see SpaceX go to Mars and beyond. I want Elon and the whole entire SpaceX team to be successful. Yes, I'm a big fan also of Rocket Lab. Big fan of Peter Beck. I don't understand the competition between the two. I hate the comparisons. I really do, because we're doing this to benefit all of humanity. It's not just about investing. It's about what you're passionate about. And when I got into investing, I learned really fast to jump into something that I'm passionate about, and space was the first thing that came out to me. We won't go into Virgin Orbit, Virgin Galactic, and where I lost my money there. That's a funny joke and something for a different time. Liam's been there as well, but I wanted them to succeed as well. I want all the space to succeed. But if you are here, if you're new, yes, we are mostly Rocket Lab, but we are going to be expanding out because, again, like Liam said, we love everything about space. We are big supporters of Elon and everything they're doing out there, and we wish them all the success in the world. We really, really, truly do.
Yeah, and I want to double down on that and say, look, why back ourselves into a corner? Why talk about Rocket Lab the whole time? We are heavily invested in Rocket Lab, but I don't want that to steer us away from our passions. So this is a little bit of fun covering, you can say, competition. I say there's a world where loads and loads of companies can accelerate in. But I want to jump in. I'm an OS. Hi, space lovers. Thank you, my guy. Do you like this new project, Space Fan Club? A little bit different. We're talking more about the actual benefits of space travel, how we're going to expand humanity. We're talking a little bit about rocket science. I want to bring a few new guests on. They're not going to be your everyday investors. They're going to be more space enthusiasts. But do let me know, do you like this? Going forward, we will be covering as much as we can SpaceX launches. Now, I know Falcon 9 launches, my God, at this stage, it feels like every day. So it may be hard with time zones, but we're going to try our best for you space fans. Start meetups, my guy. I love speaking to you. Let's keep connecting on X. Love your input. Thank you so much for being a guest on speaking about ASTS. Do you know what? We are going into short form content, my guy. We're going creating short snippets that are pre-recorded where you more or less get your news there and then. I know this format doesn't always suit everyone, because we speak back and over to the comments all the time. Some people are here for the quick bang news on your space stocks, but I'd love you to be part of our research team, space meetups, where you provide us some really nice information on ASTS so we can create some good content around that.
Yeah,
So
he's great at that. He's very good at that. And we do mean short space meetups. He sometimes he has almost too much information, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. If you guys don't follow him, if you want some great insight, if you want to get down to the details, a lot of times the things that many of us overlook, especially when it comes to the numbers, great guy to follow. But again, thanks for all your help, man. Thanks for all your support. Loved having you on. And like Liam said, we're going to start doing we're going to continue the live, obviously. We're not going to go away from that because we just have too much fun. But sometimes, as he said, people are looking just for that really quick bit of information. So I know that you'll be helping us out with that in the future. So I'm just going to go ahead and thank you for that ahead. And just really quick, too, just something to throw out there before we continue. But as we're getting ready and hyped up for this new launch, guys in the comments, what are you guys looking for? What do you hope to see out of this launch? There's a few things that they've changed, a few upgrades. Yes, we do cover Rocket Lab, and we know Rocket Lab backwards and forwards. And admittedly, we're not. Let's be fair, we're not experts on anything. But when it comes to SpaceX, guys out there probably know a bit more than we do, and we're fine with that. That's why we do this. We always give credit to the comments. Say again.
Yeah, we're here to learn.
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't claim to be an expert on everything. SpaceX is one thing I am definitely not an expert on. I am more of a fan of SpaceX. I love what they do. I watch all their launches, and it's a bit like, why don't we just stream it? Why don't we bring our friends with us? You guys are going to educate us more. It's going to help us not only look. I know some of you guys aren't investors. You are space enthusiasts, but on a selfish note, it's going to help me and Chris sort of correct our thesis a little bit more. The more we learn about SpaceX, the more we learn about every single space type. But sorry, Chris, I cut you off there. Where were you going with that?
I really wasn't just, no, I just wanted to hear back from the comments as far as what they're looking forward to the potential for today's launch. What are they most excited about? Is it, they're going to do a deploying of dummy Starlink satellites to test out the payload deployment. I'm looking forward to that myself. That's just really cool. I mean, that's, for lack of better terms, I'm gonna sound like a child a lot today, guys. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm like the little kid the first time they go and watch Star Wars, in the theater for the first time. A lot of oohs and ahs. I love the launches. I don't care if it's a Blue Origin. I don't care if it's a Rocket Lab launch. SpaceX is doing crazy stuff. That's a big freaking rocket, dude. That is a big freaking rocket. Just the fact that they can actually get that thing off the ground blows my mind. Blows my mind. Elon is definitely leading the charge when it comes to space, and I want all the success for him in the world, because I believe the more successful SpaceX is, the more successful all these other companies that we all love and follow will be in the future. So, yeah, I think it's a little ignorant to think that we want them to. There's always that one or two bad people out there that have negativity against Elon. That's your own personal opinion. We're not here for that, but I think it's only smart, especially if you are an investor in space, to cheer this launch on, cheer Elon and the team on, not just for this launch, for every launch going forward. I can't wait, man. I'm so stoked. I always love the launches. Always my favorite part, as you guys saw if you joined in yesterday with the Electron launch. Congrats again to Pete, Sir Beck himself, and the whole team over there at Rocket Lab. Successful 70th Electron launch. Amazing. There's still a lot to go. A lot of things to overcome. Looking forward towards Neutron. But yeah, this is all about space. I don't care what company you're into, what gets you excited. Please jump in the comments. Tell us what you love about space and what gets you excited about space. Love to hear back from you.
Guys, what I'm going to do for any of you guys that are new to this whole space industry, we're going to do a few basic facts around Starship. It's going to, even if you're mad into this whole space exploration, we are quite heavy Rocket Lab supporters at the moment. So it might be nice to actually get into the breakdown of the rocket itself. I'll share my screen here quickly. So looking at Starship's overview, they're planning to be capable of carrying up to 150 metric tons fully reusable and 250 metric tons expandable. The height is a magnificent 123 meters for all my guys over here, and for all Chris's guys, that is 403 feet. Diameter is 9 meters, that is 29.5 feet. This thing is an absolute monster. And looking again at it being fully reusable is 100 to 150 tons, and we are saying expendable is 250 tons. Now it's split into two parts. This is Starship. The top of the rocket is called Starship. The height of it is 52 meters, with that being 171 feet. Diameter again 9 meters, 29.5. This whole propellant capacity is 1,500 tons, with the thrust capability of 155 TF.
That's
Payload
crazy.
capacity.
That's absolutely freaking insane.
We
How
speak
can you
about
not get
neutron
excited about
rocket.
that? That is so exciting. Yeah, I mean, in comparison, um, we all love Neutron, we do, but this is mad crazy what they're doing. Why would you not want them to succeed? That is just they're launching a skyscraper into space. That's insane. You got to be excited about that. Even if you're not an investor, you just like space. I mean, that's exciting. That's so exciting. I love it.
Oh, and then jumping across, so we're looking at the first stage. That is known as super heavy. Now, hopefully, we get a landing at the launch pad. This first stage does separate from the second stage, comes back to the launch site, and lands on the chopsticks. Height of it 71 meters. Look, you're just looking at the first stage of the rocket. That's 232 feet. Diameter again 9 meters. If you compare that to the likes of Neutron, we're looking at about 7 meters. So this is another 2 meters on that. Propellant capacity is 3,400 tons, with the thrust capability of 7,590 TF. We're then getting in. There was big excitement about the Archimedes engine the last day, but we are looking at an absolute beast. There's going to be 32 of these, or 33 of these, on the first stage. Now, the Raptor engine is 1.3 meters or 4.2 feet. Just one of these. Height is 3.1 meters, and the thrust is 230 TF per engine. My guy, we're going to look then at the Raptor vacuum. So with these, they're 2.3 with 7.53 in 3 feet in diameter, and the height of it is 4.6 meters, 15.1 feet, and the thrust capability is 258 TF. Chris, we are looking at an absolute monster of a machine.
Absolutely
What first
incredible.
got you excited in SpaceX?
Well, first of all, I love Elon Musk. That's that's no secret to anyone. I've always said we hear it all the time. If you're betting against Elon Musk, you're probably going to lose. And the guy's a big kid, and we're lucky. We have a multi-billionaire that can just go and retire and not have to worry about all the worries of the world. And he's like, I want to go have fun, and I want to improve humanity, and I want to go to Mars. And I'm all for it. I'm cheering the guy on. I really am. I posted something earlier, and someone asked me, if I was ever had the opportunity to ask Elon a question. Um, I have two. One, can I have a job? uh, and two, can I build you a water feature where I can take one of your rockets and make it appear as if it's in perpetual liftoff or landing mode? I'm just a big fan of Elon. He's a big kid in my opinion, with a lot of money. And thankfully for us, he's having, I guess, fun is the wrong word because space is very serious. It's not a joke, but I'm allowed to have fun with it because it's not my money. It's not my money, but I want him to be successful. I want SpaceX as a whole to be successful. And there's a good reason why he wants to go to Mars. Let's be realistic about it. We never know what the future is going to hold. And why would we not want to explore? We've done that throughout the history of mankind. We're constantly exploring, trying to find that next thing, whether it's going out to the west, in the early days of the Western pioneers in America, or you're exploring the Mariana Trench and going deeper and deeper into the sea, or you're NASA and we're trying to land people on the moon, and now we're looking with Elon Musk taking us out to Mars. That's amazing. How could you not get excited about something like that? People focus too much on the politics of the world. There's a lot bigger picture. There's more that we're capable of as far as humanity, and that's what gets me excited about everyday life. The next big thing. And again, I hope we do. In my lifetime, I would love to see us, on Mars. I don't want to go. I'm a big chicken. I'm not going to get on there, but I think that thing holds. I don't know what the latest number is, but it's over 100 people, I believe, on the Starship. Would you guys, just a quick question in the comments, if you guys had the opportunity, would you jump on one and go to Mars? I wouldn't, because I'm a big chicken. I'll admit it, but I'll cheer you guys on. I'll support you 100%. But yeah, if anybody in the chats, let me know if you had the opportunity. Would you jump on that bad boy and would you go to Mars?
Guys, getting back to the chats. OS says space docks to the moon is an understatement. Space, the final frontiers. These are the voyages of Starship Enterprise.
I love that. That's great. Star Trek, man. I love that.
VerCNC says, remember, Starship is 9 meters diameter. Neutron is 7, which is the same as New Glenn. And Sir Peter Beck has said they can scale it vertically. Neutron could easily grow into heavy lift territory. Julius has come in and said a football field is 360 feet. Starship is 403 feet, which is absolutely nuts.
That is nuts. That is nuts. Have you ever tried to take a football and throw it across the entire football field? I can't do it. I can throw about, I don't know, 40 yards maybe. So I can't take a football and throw it all the way to the other end of Starship. Maybe a baseball, possibly. But wow, that's great insight. That's awesome. Great insight. I love that. Thanks for joining in. That's awesome. Great comment.
Big shout out to the Bag of Holding. Bag of Holding says, what do they need to do for it to be a success this time? And that kind of leads me on to what is going to happen in the 10th test flight. So bringing you back, so after completing the investigations into the loss of Starship on its 9th test flight and the Ship 36 static fire anomaly, hardware and operational changes have been made to increase reliability. So the upcoming flight will continue to expand the operating envelope of the Super Heavy booster with multiple land and burn tests planned. It will also target similar objectives as the previous mission, including Starship's first payload deployment and multiple re-entry experiments geared towards returning the upper stage to the launch site for catch. And that's one of the most exciting parts of it. The booster on the flight test is attempting several flight experiments to gather real-world performance data on the future flight profiles and off nominal scenarios. Now, this is where we see things go wrong. They are purposely putting it in off nominal scenarios and seeing can they correct them. The Super Heavy booster will attempt these experiments while on a trajectory to an offshore landing point in the Gulf of America and will not return to the launch site for catch. So we're not expecting a return to launch site catch this time. And that's probably one of my most favorite things, seeing it land on the chopsticks. So following stage separation, the booster will flip in a controlled direction before initiating a boost back burn. The maneuver was demonstrated for its first time on Flight 9 and requires less propellant to be held in reserves. And just think about that, guys. The less propellant needed in the reserves, the more propellant they use to get the maximum amount of payload to orbit. The primary test objective for the booster will focus on its land and burn and will use unique engine configurations. one of the 3 center engines used for the final phase of landing will be intentionally disabled. So if we see an engine go out, that is intentional, guys. And this is
Yeah, they're going to try a relight of the in-space engine relight of the Raptor engine, which wasn't quite so successful in the past. Man, Musk has got some big balls. I mean, if you're an investor, you just want to see success, and he's like, "We're just going to push it. Screw it. Let's push all the boundaries." And you got to have respect for that. I mean, anything can go wrong. I'm hoping for complete success, but yeah, I was looking at the breakdown of what they're going to attempt today with this launch. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, just launch it and bring it back down safely because we haven't done it yet. But Musk is like, no, we're going to test more and we're going to go for bigger. And you got to have respect for that. I mean, you have to have respect for that. What is this? The 4th flight of the Block 2 Starship configuration?
Yeah.
And they made a lot of improvements from increased propellant to upgrades to the Raptor 2 engine. That's something I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping they'll break that down a bit more in the live, because again, I'm not as well versed on the Raptor 2 as I wish I was. I'm going to learn more as we go forward. But they've made a lot of changes, a lot more changes than I would have expected for another test flight. But hey, why not, man? That's what Musk does. He pushes the limits. Got to respect that.
Guys, before I push on further with the description of this mission, do smash the like button if you enjoy this new Space Fan Club. If you really love it, we will be covering as many launches as we can for you guys. But getting back to it, so we said one of the 3 center engines used in the final phase landing will be intentionally disabled, and this is to gather data on the ability for a backup engine from the middle ring to complete a landing burn. The booster will then transition to only 2 center engines for the end of the landing burn, entering a full hover while still above the ocean surface. That would look mad. Followed by a shutdown and drop into the Gulf of America. The Starship's upper stage will again target multiple in-space objectives, including the deployment of 8 Starlink simulators, similar to the size of the next generation Starlink satellites. And we were speaking about this the last day with the Hippo variant on Neutron. So the Starlink simulators will be on the same suborbital trajectory as Starship and are expected to demise upon entry. So you don't have to worry about space-based debris with these. A relight of a single Raptor engine while in space is also planned, so they need to demonstrate the relight of the Raptor. The flight tests include several experiments focusing on enabling Starship's upper stage to return to the launch site. A significant number of tiles have been removed from Starship to stress test vulnerable areas across the vehicle during re-entry. And this is another thing that really sort of stood out to me, is they're purposely removing tiles. They're allowing that the atmosphere to burn them up and see what damage it does to the Starship. Most of the time it's catastrophic, but we have had some really nice re-entry images coming back. On the side,
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Here's a little bit of insight that you guys probably never knew about, but my son's grandfather was one of the chief designers of the original tiles on the shuttle. He worked at NASA for many years and has been retired for a long time. And my son, as some of you guys know, most of you should know, he's in the Air Force, big space nerd like we all are. And he was gifted for Christmas one year a bunch of binders, and inside those binders was all the breakdown of the buildup and the creation of the tiles that went on the space shuttle and how they came about, perfecting it, all the tests they did with it. So it's interesting to see that Elon's actually pushing this and seeing what they can get away with, what they actually do need. I'm sure it has something to do with weight, but That's really interesting. That's really cool. Because it's a small aspect. It's a small thing that's very easily overlooked, often taken for granted. But there's a man that made his whole career out of just space tiles that protect reentry from heat. He made his whole career out of that and did very well. Very, very brilliant person. A lot of respect for the guy. Um, the binders is full of crazy information. It's not classified. We're not breaking any rules here or nothing like that. It's all been public or whatever. But to actually have the originals in my hand, they had at NASA 30, 50 years ago, whatever it is, and you look back on that, and now you look forward to what Elon's doing. It's amazing. The technology, how far he's come, what he's learned, or not just him, but the whole team itself, as far as SpaceX. They're doing amazing things in comparison. They're taking what NASA started with and they're expanding on it tenfold. You got to have a lot of respect for that. I mean, they're not just revamping old technology. They're taking old technology and going, how can we make it better and improve on that? Got to be excited about it. Got to be excited about it.
Thank you so much for that, Chris. And then, continuing on, multiple metallic tile options, including one with active cooling, will test alternative materials for protective Starship during re-entry. On the sides of the vehicle, functional catch fittings are installed and will test the fittings' thermal and structural performance, along with a section of the tile line receiving a smoothed and tapered edge to address hotspots observed during the re-entry on Starship's 6th flight test. Starship's re-entry profile is designed to intentionally stress the structural limits of the upper stage rear flaps, while at the point of maximum re-entry dynamic pressure. So, not gonna lie, we're going to expect to see pretty heavy damage on the rear flaps following the re-entry. So flight tests do continue to provide valuable learnings to inform the design of the next generation Starship and super heavy vehicles, with production ramping up inside Star Factory at Starbase alongside new launch and test infrastructure actively being built in Texas and Florida. Starship is poised to continue integrating towards a rapidly and reusable launch system. Chris, how far away are we? We're an hour 33 away from the expected launch. Guys, in the comments, do let me know how you're feeling. But Chris, how are you feeling right now?
We're about to watch history be made. We always do with every launch. They're learning everything. I mean, we've never seen anything like this. I never expected to see something like this in my lifetime. This is so much fun. I'm so excited. I'm praying and wishing the best for everyone at SpaceX, but not just SpaceX, but for space as a whole. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I hope that even if they're just a fraction of the percentage of success. And I think this might be a good question too for the comments. We know how NASA's done it. They spend multiple $billion and it takes them 20 years, maybe not 20. Guys, by the way, if you're new here, I always over exaggerate my numbers, so don't take it to heart. I just I exaggerate a bit, but I have fun with it. But as we know, NASA takes billions of dollars and it takes them multiple years, and they focus on one successful launch. Where Elon is going, hey, we're going to do 20, 30 launches, and we're going to record all of our mistakes and build off of them. What would you prefer? Would you prefer Elon to be quiet and spend the next 10 years, 15 years, and just focus on one perfect Starship, or do you like the way he does it? They send stuff up, they test things out, they make mistakes, and they correct them as they go along. Do you think this is a better process? Do you think this is going to be, help them achieve things faster, more efficiently, or do you prefer the old NASA way where they spend a lot of money and there's still a big risk? Because I can tell you this: if I was forced to take a flight and someone said you're going to the Mars for whatever reason, and they said we're gonna put you either on a NASA rocket that's been never tested. Yeah, we've done 10 years plus of research and billions of dollars have gone into it, or you're going to jump on a Starship and it's been tested multiple times, and yeah, we're pretty sure we got it down pat now. Which one, if you were going to if you had to make a choice, which one would you prefer to get on? As far as trusting your own life and actually making it up there. Uh, Me, I'm going to trust Elon more than I trust NASA. No offense, I know they've been successful, but um, that's just me. Maybe I'm just a big Elon fan and I believe too much in the guy. I'm a little biased, I'll admit that, but I'd love to hear back in the comments what you guys would rather do.
And just think, they're purposely pushing themselves into abnormal scenarios. We see that with the purposeful cut off of the center engine during the land and burn. They're testing multiple relights. They're testing missing tiles. They're testing new types of tiles, like a coolant tile. This is going to be one of the safest launch vehicles for humans there has ever been. If you think of Falcon 9, Falcon 9 was generational when it first came online. If you think of Falcon 9, it was never designed to be reusable. Starship has been designed to be fully reusable from the outset and rapidly reusable at that rate. What are they thinking? They're thinking around once Starship is up and running, a 4-hour turnaround. I know the propellant load is something it's been pushed down to near enough an hour at this stage.
Elon said recently, if not today, in the last couple hours, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I might be wrong about when he said this, but he did say that he does see a time that we will see up to 24 launches within 24 hours, depending on the day. That's insane. I thought that when we were talking yesterday about hypersonics being launched on a daily basis, whether it's Kratos or it's a Rocket Lab or hypersonics, and I was thinking a launch a day. This guy's talking about multiple launches per day with that big freaking beast of a rocket. That thing is massive. I can't get over how big that thing is. Now he's talking about up to 24 a day, depending on the day and the need and necessity of what they're trying to accomplish for whatever mission. He does not stop. He's always pushing to the next level. We're sitting here back, we're thinking we just want one successful launch. He's thinking, I want 20 plus a day. That's insane. We all know Elon. He's always 10 years ahead in his thoughts. A little too far ahead sometimes for some of us. But even if he's late, just because you're late doesn't mean you're wrong, right? You can be late and still be right. We hate it when he's right or when he's wrong, when he's a little bit late on stuff, but we love it when he's right. I'm going to continue to support him. I would love to see 24 launches a day. That's insane, but that's a positive, big positive for space, and gets us closer to Mars and beyond, and even beyond Mars.
Then, jumping across, Bagger Holden says, no way I'd ever ride on any rocket. Now, not going to lie, Bagger Holden, this one thing myself and yourself agree on. I have always said I'll ride in the likes of an eVTOL and the sorts, but I think a rocket really pushes me out there. Like, I don't know. I know Chris wouldn't be a fan of riding on a rocket. Chat, do let me know. Are you brave enough to ride on any rocket? It doesn't even have to be Starship. Even if it's on Dragon, on Falcon 9, would you be brave enough to go up in one of those? It's a hard no from me. I'm staying on Earth. Even if you're expanding humanity, I'm stuck here on my home. iManOS says, is it the third or the fourth test? So this is the 10th test flight, but it's the fourth test of the Block 2 Starship. Thunderfoot got a heat tile from a failed Starship and tested it. Bagger Holden says, that's smart. If an engine goes out and heat tiles fail, they can say they meant to do it. They will probably try for perfect anyway today. I think they will try for... Look, not going to lie, I think they try for perfect every day. But I think they're going to go out for a perfect test flight today because of how quick was it Starship 8 went down. Then we had the failure of Starship 9. No, I think they will be edging towards a perfect test flight today. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
They're always pushing for success, and I'm sure they're expecting some negativity, but they're always pushing for success. That's why we love them. I mean, if you haven't watched a live before, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have. But it's hard to not get hyped up when you see a live feed from Mission Control and the rockets going up, and you see all kinds of people and they're cheering and they're clapping. We're doing the same thing here. I mean, I'm one of those guys that is excited. I want to see success. No one wants to see anything blow up or fall apart because we want to see space succeed. Why wouldn't we? It's a lot of fun. That's what we're here for. I mean, again, we're not the experts. We're here mostly for the fun, mostly for the feedback and the comments. And I just want to say really quick too. I apologize, guys. If you don't know me, I'm going straight off my phone, so I can't. I'm getting comments or direct DMs sent to me. Thank you. As always, I love it, but I can't pull it up or I'll just get cut off here, so I can't respond. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. But if it's something you can just share here on the live and we can talk about or answer, let's do it now. And if not, I'll get back to you. I just can't do it right now while we're live, but I will get back to you afterwards if we don't address it or we don't discuss it here on the live. But thanks for, dude. I'm getting crazy DMs right now. This is insane. Thanks everyone. This is already a lot of fun, and we're not even ready for the launch yet. We're not even getting close to the launch. We're getting closer, but we still have some time here. So yeah, if you're sending me messages in my DM, thank you. If you can, bring it here live. We can discuss it. That's what we're here for. We're here for you guys. It's not about us. That's for sure.
So Bagger Holden then says, how is he going to get a tile to fail if it's not installed, and where is it? And where is it located on Starship? So how they're getting tiles to fail is because they're testing new tiles, and testing the thermal and structural performance of them. Now, in certain areas, they have completely removed a tile, and that is to test the actual dynamic pressure of re-entry on them failed points. Say if a tile fell off during a normal re-entry, they need the structure to be strong enough to be able to bear re-entry, even if it's not going to be reusable on that. You don't want to be inside the Starship and it fail upon re-entry. So they're just testing to make sure the structure, even if they lose a tile, the structure will not fail. This is literally causing intentional stress on all structural limits. Scott says, do you think SpaceX or Rocket Lab will carry Intuitive Machine lunar rover for NASA to the moon? I'd love to say Rocket Lab, let's say SpaceX. Well, what do you think, Chris?
It's a toss-up. I'm gonna get beat up no matter what my thought is on this one. I'm wrong no matter what I say. I'm always me Rocket Lab bias in a lot of ways, but if Falcon 9 is quite successful. I mean, they're the ones sending people back and forth to the ISS. If they were put in a position where they're like, hey, look, we need this to happen, again, I'm not going to bet against Elon. I don't bet against Beck either, but SpaceX is in a better position today than Rocket Lab is to pull off a mission like that. That'd be my answer.
Then Anthony has come in. Big shout out, Anthony. Can't wait for tomorrow. We're interviewing Horizon Aircraft Hovers CEO Brandon Robinson. So excited. Cannot wait. You're one of the biggest investors, so I'm sure you're gassed about it too. But DYX stock has a few other good companies in it besides SpaceX, but they are number one. Iman OS says, love him or hate him, Elon has already changed our future. We are lucky and will live in his area or in his era. Now, Chris, I have to shoot for 1 second. Guys, if none of you know me, I am a full-time farmer. So I got to run outside for literally 2 seconds. I'm going to let Chris speak about love him or hate him. Elon has already changed our future. Chris, take it away.
Yeah, man, go check on the cows and the pigs and the chickens. Look, Liam probably has He probably has a cow in his house right now that he's nursing. Yeah, he does have responsibilities, as we all do. But his is nonstop. It's 24 hours. I don't know if any of you guys out there have ever been on a farm or know a farmer. The guy's nonstop. I don't think he sleeps. And unfortunately, while we're live here, I can't see the chats. Again, I go off my phone. We'll catch back up to the chats. But I do want to know, again, what are you looking, when it comes to today's launch, what are you looking forward to as far as what would you deem it to be successful? We've seen them in the past. They've had some explosions. They've had some issues on reentry, but they've had a lot of success. A lot more. I couldn't do it. I mean, I don't think anybody in the chats could. I mean, no offense, you guys are all very smart and intelligent, but I think we give Elon a lot of crap and we judge him a little bit too harshly because not many of us could do what he's doing. It's it's a lot of fun to speculate what the future is going to be, but today is the reality. So we are hoping for some some improvement on the last couple of launches. No one wants to see, a rapid explosion. We don't want to see any kind of, negativity. We're wishing the best for SpaceX. I hope they're 100% successful. It'd be a great, great, great view to see all that. But again, you never know. It's man, space is hard. We say it all the time. Space is very hard. And if you're new here, and especially if you're a SpaceX guy and you're not really big in a rocket lab, and you're like, what in the world are these guys talking about? Well, yeah, we are kind of new when it comes to SpaceX. We all follow him. We all love Elon. To be fair, we do know a bit more about the investment side when it comes to companies like a Redwire, ASTS that we can invest in. So we're not doing our daily diligence and looking as deep into SpaceX. So if you are new here and you're big into Elon and you're big into SpaceX, if you have information, some insight you want to share, please let us know. Come on, drop some stuff in the comments. That would be very, very much appreciated. But yeah, when it comes to today's launch, what are you guys looking for when it comes to, in your mind, this is how I see this as being successful? They could be 100% successful on this as far as their manifest. And I looked over it briefly as far as what they're trying to accomplish today. And I'll be honest, after about 4 or 5 paragraphs, I was like, okay, if they do half this, we're golden. If they do all of it, if they actually are fully successful today, what are they going to do next? What's the next step? Maybe you guys out there in the SpaceX community can educate us more. Again, we're not the experts. We bring on the experts so that we can provide that information. We're just here to have fun. I'm a big space nerd. I just want to see a cool launch. Again, it's a big freaking skyscraper of a rocket. So yeah, what is it about space? It doesn't have to be SpaceX. It could be any company. But what is it about space that gets you excited? And whether you invest or not, are you just a random guy like a few friends of mine, some families, they want to see the success. They like the first time we saw the boosters land. How amazing was that? That's never been done, and it was said that it was never going to happen. Well, they did it. They did it. It's got to give you a lot of confidence, and then moving forward, and the confidence of being, eventually successful. I'm I'm not going to make a prediction. I'm not that ignorant. Anything can happen, but at the same time, it's going to be exciting, very exciting. Again, we're watching everybody that's in the command center, all the people involved in SpaceX. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sleepless nights. So you want them to be successful too. Just out of kindness, just humanity. We want it. We want this to be successful. This is new for us. Again, guys, we normally just cover Rocket Lab. We are expanding out. We talked about it yesterday. Because we off screen, we do talk about SpaceX. We do talk about just space itself. And on the down days, if you're an investor, on the down days when we're going into the red and we're losing money, you have to go back and look back and go, well, where's my conviction coming from? what do I believe is going to happen in the future with space? And is it worth my time? Is it worth me taking a small little hit today? And would I invest more? Even though we can't invest in SpaceX, we're still investing our time. We're still investing our emotions, our heart. If you're a big space nerd like me, you want to see them succeed. You want to see them move forward, and you don't want to see a pullback. You want to see everything, again, moving forward. So yeah, again, what are you guys looking forward to today as far as how would you categorize this as a successful launch? Even if they don't hit on every single little bullet point, if it's just them getting off the pad, or actually, deploying the dummy Starlink satellites, the engine relight with the Raptor engine. There's a lot of stuff they're going to attempt today. But in your mind, what would you see as a success for this mission?
Chris, thank you so much for covering me there. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I have to run off in the middle of a stream, but that's why you have great teammates like Chris here with you. We are getting.
That's also why you don't see my face, so that I can just show you the river when I got to disappear. You don't know. I can just mute it and go do what I need to do. I do cheat. This is my cheat code. Hopefully it doesn't get too dark on me. We got sunset here in about an hour, my time. So if my screen does start going dark, I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm still here. But I do always go live outside, unless we're doing a live stream of a launch at like 3 in the morning. Then I have to show my big dumb face. Apologies in the future when it does happen, but yeah, no. It's teamwork here. I can't do it without Liam. I can't do it without the guests. I definitely can't do it without the support and the help from you guys in the chats. As always, we love you guys. Always feel free to chime in. And again, sorry I can't get to the DMs right now, but bring it to the live, and we'll do our best to answer all the questions we can.
Now, let me just double check something. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. But going back, Scott Invest says, "Iman OS true. Now, I have a funny feeling the launch has been pushed back by 30 minutes. So the stream for Starship was meant to start at, well, it was 10 to 11 my time, and it's now starting at 12:13. Iman OS says, for your information, ETH made an all-time high 4 hours ago at 4956 and is now at 4756. I don't invest in crypto. Do you, Chris?
Yeah, I did, and like an idiot, as always. You know what happens, and you can, man, you guys know what happens. You buy, and you sell too early, and then the next day it skyrockets. Yeah, I was buying. I didn't tell anybody. We don't talk about crypto on our live streams, but yeah, I was buying Ethereum, and I was happy. I'm happy with the returns I got, but I'm an idiot. I sold too early. I shouldn't have sold at all. But that's for another stream, another time. But yes, I did see that, and thanks for reminding me. I can be more depressed. Now I can be like, oh, woe is me. I should have held on longer. So thanks for the reminder, man. I really appreciate that. That's great. But we can get more into crypto at a different time. I like it, but unfortunately, I made the wrong decision to sell too early, as always. So what time are we looking at now for the launch? In American time, I think it was around 7-ish, 7:15. We're going to be pushed back about a half an hour, I believe, which is fine. You just got to deal with me and Liam. Unfortunately, got to deal with me and Liam just running our mouth about a bunch of nonsense. Because all we're doing right now is we're waiting for this launch. We're hyped about this launch. We can't wait for this launch. I've got food prepped to go on the grill as soon as possible.
Oh,
and I'm getting hungry. So yeah, anytime.
Guys, yeah, it's set for around 7:15 Eastern time is the start of their stream now, so I'm expecting the launch to be pushed back by another half an hour, even though upcoming launch is still set for 1 hour 8 minutes. So yes, that's been pushed back. If I no, has it? Guys, let me know what you're most excited about seeing in this. Do you think we're going to get a fully successful test flight? When was your first Starship watch, guys? Have you watched it all the way since test flight 1? I'll be honest with you guys. I've only recently been able to go into full-time farming. The first ever test flight, I was working in insurance, and honestly, guys, I had the phone up on the table watching test flight 1, and I remember one of the girls beside me was saying, "Was there humans on board?" And of course, I'm trying to wind her up, and yeah, humans on board. So we're watching this test flight, and next thing, don't we explode? As we're just going around in circles, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm after saying there's humans on board." My so
That's hilarious. That is so mean. That's also very funny. Man, that's great.
Scott Invest says, I watch Clarkson's Farm and I'm in love with it, lol. I have no idea how realistic it is, but it's hilarious. It's pretty realistic, not gonna lie, my guy. When I was in the UK last week, I actually visited his pub. What's it called? The Farmer's Dog. That was really, do you know what? That's an experience. He
You didn't
really
invite
relates.
me.
He
You
really
you, you
relates
should.
it back to the everyday person. The
Yeah.
amount he's done for farming inside the UK is insane. Now, look, a lot of it can be dramatized, as you can expect on TV, but it is probably one of the most accurate farming depictions that I have ever actually watched. So, no, big shout out to Clarkson. I would really love to meet that guy. I think he is so funny. I know some people really don't like him. Guys, would
How
you
many
love
how
me
many
to
live
create
streams
a
about
farming?
space? Yeah, dude, how many
What?
live streams about space? How many live streams about space do we get when we're talking about farming? I got a great question for the chats. What are you guys doing today to prepare for this launch? Liam is probably birthing a calf or feeding a cow. Um, I'm getting ready to grill and have a few friends over and big bonfire right on the river. As you guys can see from the view there, I'm always going live right on the river. So that's how I'm preparing for tonight's stream. What are you guys doing to prepare and celebrate this, amazing achievement, historical event with this launch tonight? What are you guys doing? How are you guys getting on? How are you guys feeling about the launch? You guys excited? You nervous? Give us some feedback. Tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah. And then, guys, do let us know where you're from as well. I get pretty interested to see where our Rocket Lab guys are from. Do let us know where you're from. If you can't tell by my really strange accent, I'm from the Republic of Ireland. Chris is from. I'll let you say, Chris.
Man, I'm from Virginia. Virginia, we got the southern accent down here, a bunch of rednecks. I'm kidding, man, but no, I am from Virginia. Been here most of my life. I was born in Carolina, but um, yeah, I'm right on the East Coast. As I said earlier, I'm a rock throw away from Wallops, which we'll be going out there. We've got a guy actually on Wallops. We're going to be doing some live streams for some launches directly out of Wallops. We have a big party coming up. Um, it's dubbed the Neutron Party. We're going to be doing it annually. Unfortunately, all the slots are already filled. It's a very limited access kind of thing, but in the future, we're going to expand and grow. So if you guys are ever interested to come out, see a live launch from Wallops, let me know. Happy to have you out. But yeah, right here in a
Then,
small town called Matthews, Virginia.
guys, what I want to put you through is exactly what we're expecting to happen during this launch. So, going across to SpaceX, so an hour of 15 away from launch, which is fully underway now. We can see Scott Investor says prop load for Starship commencing. So, at an hour of 15 before T minus 0, SpaceX flight director conducts poll and verifies the go for propellant load. At 53 minutes, which is 5 minutes away, the ship fuel, which is the liquid methane load, is underway. At 45 minutes, 20 seconds, the ship LOX, which is your liquid oxygen load, is underway. At 41 minutes, 37 seconds, we go for booster full load underway, or fuel load underway. And then at 35 minutes, 52, booster LOX load underway. We then go all the way down to 1940, where the Raptor engine chills on the booster and ship. We then get to the exciting stuff. So at 320, the ship propellant load is complete. Going to 250, the booster propellant load is complete. And then we go to that T minus 30 seconds. So the SpaceX flight director verifies go for launch. 10
You were
seconds.
so lucky. You were so lucky that I can't message you right now privately because I'd be busting your balls. How much longer are we away from this launch? I'm going to kill you. I'm going to bust your balls over this. This is crazy.
We are 57 minutes away from the launch. So,
I should
Chris,
have got more beer. I might have to do a beer run live. It's not the first time. If you're new here, yes, I do take my phone. I do put it in the truck. Don't worry. I live in a small town. It's all dirt roads, back roads to the little country store down the road. But I don't think I was as prepared as I should have been for tonight's launch. Liam, I'm gonna bust your balls when we get off this stream, bro. Love you, but it's coming.
I was literally like to Chris, do you know what? We'll go a little bit early, build the excitement, build the hype around it. But we didn't expect it to push back. But 10 seconds before, this is one of my most exciting parts pre-launch, is the flame deflector activation. So if you remember from Starship 1, we blew a massive crater into the ground. There was a lot of environmental problems behind that. That's why there was such a long time waiting between Flight 1 and Flight 2. At 3 seconds, Raptor ignition sequence begins. And then at T minus 0, excitement is guaranteed. And that is one thing you can always expect with a Starship launch, is excitement. Whether it's successful, whether it's not successful, you are guaranteed to be gripped to your screen during the whole entire launch. At any point, it can go wrong. We had it go wrong. It looked like it was going perfectly up in space on one of them. And next thing, the activators went at you started seeing Starship flip into a uncontrolled trajectory. But jumping across, Scott Vest says, whoa, ETH pushed 5K. I'm on OS. Says, every time I watch Clarkson Farm, I think I would be even worse than Clarkson. Do you know what? Clarkson's actually not that bad. I think he purposely makes mistakes. He's a very smart businessman, put it that way. Randall says, he, down here in Florida. Guys, have any of you ever been to any rocket launch in general? Whether it was the shuttle, whether it's a Falcon 9 launch, have any of you been to the New Glenn launch? Do let me know. I have never seen a rocket launch. Hopefully, my first ever rocket launch will be the launch of Neutron. But, Chris, have you ever been to one?
Yes, of course. Of course, I've seen multiple. Just from my back porch, again, I can see. Well, it depends. They have a lot of they call sounding rockets, which are even smaller than an electron, and you can't see them from here. But I've taken my kids down to Virginia Beach, got a nice hotel, and going out on the beach, and we viewed rocket launches coming out of Wallops. Great spot to view them. You don't get all the details, but you see the rocket, you see it going across the sky. A lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it. If you're lucky enough to be in Florida, close to Cape Canaveral, I'm sure you've seen several, whether you like it or not. I've heard that with this big, massive rocket that they are going to launch today, it rattles. It's like almost like having a small earthquake. It's a lot of power, a lot of rumbling, a lot of stuff, happening. I can only imagine how fun it would be to be live and right there. Again, we're going to do the same thing with Neutron um, in the future. So if you haven't seen it launch and you want to come out and see it launch, more than welcome. Love to have you guys out. Looking forward to today's launch, but I think this is just the beginning, and I think we'll all have an opportunity to see multiple launches moving forward in the future.
Then Randall says we see the Falcon 9 lots and Blue Origin. You are so lucky. Are you really close to the launch site? Then Scott Invest says watched all launches live. Do you know who I do commend? They're not for anyone, but the NASA spaceflight team. I watch them on YouTube. Look, I am a little space nerd. I always watch them on YouTube. That's normally who I follow to watch these Starship launches. We will start covering these for ourselves, but it does make me feel like I'm gonna still have to go back and watch NASA spaceflight, because I do think them guys are really, really intelligent, and I would love to interview some of them. We have actually reached out to Marcus House as well. I'd love to get that boy on to speak to us. Again, Astroforge, we're having very positive communications with Astroforge. Is it an interview that would interest you? Astroforge are really big into space mining. We did have a chat about helium-3 on the moon. We will be bringing Scott O on about that. But would you like to speak to Astroforge? Ask all the questions you really want to know around helium-3 mining.
That's one I'm really looking forward to, because they're talking about mining on asteroids, which, I mean, the complication of mining on the moon is obviously extremely difficult. But now you're talking about trying to land something on a moving object that's going a bazillion miles an hour. Again, I don't know the numbers. I don't do the numbers, guys. I'm exaggerating. It's not a bazillion, obviously, but it's going really freaking fast. They got to land something on there, mine something off of it successfully without getting destroyed and beat up by whatever's around it, and bring it back down. I can't wait. I do hope we get them on. We're both working on it very diligently, and they're doing exciting things. Best of luck to them is also, again, anything in space, man. We're gonna back you 100%. If you have been following us, you guys know that I make fun of Jeff Bezos and the big penis rocket, but I want him to succeed. I want all of space to succeed. So yeah, Astroforge. Looking forward to more back and forth, and hopefully we do get you on here, and we'll have a great conversation. Great conversation. Looking forward to it.
Guys, this is where you can help us out more than ever. Every like shares us out to 10 more people. Let's create a really big space fan club. We love your insight. We love speaking to every single one of you. Look, myself and Chris have really pushed out to try and answer every single one of your comments. We've really tried to create a stream that, look, the comments can steer our stream. We could be talking about whatever we want, news related, but if the comments steer us a certain way, we will always move that way. How many channels do you get where you do not have to pay to speak to the creator? We create videos for you guys. We will create short form videos just on request. All you have to do is ask for it and we'll do it. No pay. All you have to do is jump into them comments and let us know. But Scott Invest says barbecue and beers. Texas is what we do. Texas is bigger than Europe, That's what I really can't get over, the absolute size of the US. Chris.
Man, don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Hey, bro, I'll be in Dallas in October. I got a client fly me out for as some of you guys know, I do pond and waterfall installations. I'll be in Texas, in Dallas. If you want to hook up, grab a drink, talk some space. Um, hell, we'll go live. I'll bring you on. We'll screw at Liam. Keep him up to like 2 a.m. He hates it, but he loves it at the same time. Yeah, don't mess with Texas, man. Do not mess with Texas. Them boys do not play around. Mad respect. Mad respect.
Randall says, do you remember when Rocket Lab analyst asked during earnings about Blue Origin, and Sir Peter Beck responded that he didn't agree, didn't consider them a challenge to them to the degree she was implying. Do you have any thoughts on that, Chris? Do you think Blue Origin is direct competition to the likes of Rocket Lab?
I don't. And I don't think that. All right, so don't take this. Give me a second here before, especially if you're here for SpaceX. Don't beat me up. Just give me a second here. I don't think that SpaceX is direct competition for Rocket Lab. I hate that comparison. Musk has a vision. He has a obvious vision where he wants to go and what he wants to do with SpaceX. Bezos, same thing. And with the likes of Beck, the same thing. They're all involved in space and they all want to succeed, but they all have a different reason behind it. That's just true in life, true in business, true as a family. We all have different goals. We all have different end goals. There's no reason we have to compete against each other. I can see a lot more of a positivity learning and working alongside of each other to reach those common goals. So not in a negative way. I don't see it as a competition. I see them with different goals in mind moving forward. That's how I see it. A little different, I understand, but again, I'm a big space nerd. I want all of space to succeed. Musk is going for Mars. Bezos has his own goals. Obviously, Beck does as well. And the new CEO from Firefly. I know that Firefly gets a lot of crap, and we don't talk about that a lot. But I like what the guy's doing. I really do. He's a lot of fun. If you don't follow Firefly, if you are a space guy, it's kind of hard to not want to root them on and not want them to succeed because, again, rising tides lift all boats. As far as direct competition, they're going to meet head to head on a few things. That's just a given. But I don't see it as I'm trying to beat you and put you onto the ground and bury you and take over your company and make you, to where you're not relevant. I don't see that in any of them. I really don't. That's just me. Love to hear some feedback on that, but no, I think they're all trying to propel humanity forward, make life on Earth a lot easier, and give us a lot more opportunities and advantages overall for humanity. As we move forward in our lifetime.
Space is big. I honestly believe there will be symbiotic relationships going across the industry. We see like Rocket Lab, and we believe them reaction wheels could be Amazon. Do we see them as direct competition unless Rocket Lab actually went into something in competition with the likes of Kuiper or Starlink? I can't see them as heavy competition. We can see that New Glenn is more or less pushing for deep space exploration. Rocket Lab are like sharpening all tools when it comes to space systems. They're going to be vertically integrated. I could actually see Rocket Lab benefiting from Blue Origin doing well, where you could get Rocket Lab actually building a lot of the space infrastructure. But that is just me speaking off the top of my head. But guys, we are known as the Rocket Lab Fan Club. But if you're new here, we have started a new project today. It's called the Space Fan Club. We're not just talking about Rocket Lab. We're not just talking about investing. We're actually talking about space and what we love about space. We're covering Starship's 10th test flight. We're expecting excitement. We've run through the mission profile, what we're expecting. We're currently undergoing propellant load. We're about 15 minutes away from SpaceX themselves speaking. Do jump into the comments. Let us know how you're feeling about today's launch. Randall says,
I'm getting hype. I'm getting hype, bro. I'm getting hype. I'm just saying I'm getting hype. I'm getting excited. We're getting close. Food is marinating. Charcoal is getting ready for that perfect time to throw things on the grill. Tide is coming in. If you guys don't follow me or don't know, I'm on the river every day. I got kayaks, paddle boards. We stream every day, and as soon as we get off, I jump right on the water. So I'm so excited. This is gonna be a lot of fun. This is our first time covering a live launch for SpaceX. Hopefully, we're doing a little bit of justice to you guys. If you're new here, if you're a SpaceX enthusiast, welcome. Thanks so much for joining in. And as always, guys, we love you in the comments. Please keep them going. Liam, yeah, pick up the comments, man. Let's see what these guys are saying.
Yeah, so Randall says, I agree, but I think Falcon 9 and Neutron will compete at several levels. The question of the analyst was pointed about Blue Origin, if I'm not mistaken. Anyone remember that? Sorry, I don't have the transcript. Do you know what I'm going to do, Randall? Just because I want to try and keep this SpaceX focused at the moment. So what we might do, I might actually take that down, and why don't myself and you, Chris, do a short form video answering this question? We'll get the transcript and we'll give our elaborate thoughts on this. Just because I don't want to do you a disjustice, Randall, but at the same time, anyone that came here for SpaceX and I'm telling them we are now the Space Fan Club and they come in and we're talking about Rocket Lab again, they are going to kill me. So
No, I love that though. I love that, and thanks, Randall, because that's what we do. We are going to do more of that and address the questions directly and do a video. So, thank you for joining in. Thanks for the question. If you have insight, if you have information, message either me or Liam, and give us your thoughts on it, and we'll do our best to answer all the questions that we possibly can find. As you guys know, we do have some amazing people in our group that do unbelievable research. One of our good friends, he comes on here a lot, Francisco Ramirez or Francisco Space. The guy he's a robot, nonstop research. We're friends with all the guys that go on this Saturday Weekly with Rocket Lab. There's probably 5 or different guys that start off with space investors, Space Weekly, Space Derivatives. By the way, Space Derivatives, you owe me a live stream, bro. You're listening. But yeah, dude, I love that. We will address that question and we'll do a live video. But again, if you've got some insight you want to share, just shoot it across to us in our DMs and we'll address that as soon as possible. Thank you so much for the comment and the questions.
Guys, I just want to let you know that propellant load for Super Heavy Booster is now underway. The coverage from SpaceX does start in 15 minutes and we will be right there. I'm so excited for this. Penelope Young, big shout out. You're down there in New Zealand. What part of New Zealand are you from? Have you ever went down to Launch Complex 1? I know New Zealand is quite big, so I'm not expecting it to be a yes, but do you know what? It's worth asking. Randall says, barbecue on the river sounds so good. And then Randall, whoa, thanks, guys. Do you know what, Randall? Any time you ever have a question like that, if you want us to make a short form video, just jump into these comments and we will do our utmost to try and make a video as soon as we can for you. That is going to be.
And you're also welcome. You are welcome to come out to Virginia, man. You are welcome to come out to Virginia. If my daughters aren't here, I've got spare bedrooms. I'm right on the river. I barbecue almost daily. Ask Liam. That's just what I do. It's just my lifestyle. I'm poor and broke, but I prefer to grill on the barbie than cook in the kitchen. I love to cook. It's my passion. So you're welcome to come out, visit. I'll host you. Penelope, thank you so much. We have a lot of Kiwis, a lot of people out of New Zealand that follow us, that give us amazing insight. We can't do this without our New Zealand friends. We just can't do it. GY Kiwi, Sean, gives us a lot of info. My buddy Mark Hubbard, he's out there. You guys in New Zealand should probably have your own Rocket Lab fan club out there and meet up and we can all go live together. And for a launch, love to do it anytime, anytime. But thanks again, Penelope. Love having you on. Thanks for joining in. Please ask questions, and if we're wrong about anything, correct us. We're here to have fun, but we're also here to learn and educate everyone around us. So, again, thanks for the comment. Thanks for joining in.
As a celebration today that it is the new Space Fan Club, I will be doing a giveaway. Guys, to enter, all you have to do, smash the like button and jump into the comments. All you got to do is comment. I don't care whether it's a full stop, just comment. It's the only way YouTube recognize when you do a giveaway. It's completely random. I can't choose who it goes to. So I do apologize that from the start. But to enter, you do have to hit the like button. And I've jumped into the comments. Thank you, my guys. Penelope says, I am in Auckland. We have Rocket Lab here, but no launch pad. Love listening to you guys. Penelope, big shout out. Thank you so much. It's the support like that that keeps us going. Honestly, I shared out what Stock Meetups shared yesterday as well about us, that our hard work is paying off and that he really loves the work we're doing. It's guys like you that keep us going. I'm telling you, we get 20, 30 negative comments a day sent DM'd to us. But sometimes the one comments like that, the fact that you love listening to us, is really what keeps us going. So thank you so much, Penelope. And again, any video you ever want done, whether it's Rocket Lab, whether it's space, whether it's eVTOLs, I can't do balloon tricks or anything like that, so don't be asking me that. Chris does have an
Liar, yes, you can. He's a big clown. He can do balloon tricks. Don't lie. Don't lie. We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of fun here. One day, eventually, I will have Liam go live on the farm, and it might not be a space style live stream, but it's not just about space. It's about the people we talk to, the people we communicate with every day. And thankfully, you guys, for some reason, put some trust in, us. We're big idiots. We're just big. We're big kids. Pretend like we're 5 years old in 30, 40-year-old bodies that just love space. So we love the feedback. We love the comments. Anything we can do to help educate, and not just you, but ourselves, because a lot of times we'll get questions from you guys and we're going, wow, we never thought of that. These guys are brilliant. And that's what helps the channel grow. It's what helps us grow as investors, but it also gets us more excited about things like today. Was a launch coming up. That's it's a community. We all love space. So thanks again, everyone. This is a lot of fun. You guys are amazing.
Guys, we are now 4 minutes away from SpaceX's coverage. Want to give a big shout out to Chris. Look, myself and Chris were quite nervous coming on here. We said it's completely different. It's not exactly what we do all the time. We said if it was a Rocket Lab stream, we could go for 12 hours. SpaceX, a little bit more difficult because we know how passionate SpaceX fans are, and our knowledge is not as up to date on SpaceX as it is Rocket Lab. But look, we're here to learn. We will always put our neck on the line for you guys. We will always push to constantly adapt the channel to see exactly what you guys love. I want to give a big shout out, Stepchild. You're here every single day. And again, the alien emoji. Randall says, oh man, thanks. We grew up on a river mouth, messing about in little boats. That river raised us and fed us. Randall, if you have a boat, Chris is willing to go straight out to Launch Complex 3 in Wallops.
Randall, as a matter of fact, you can ask Liam. From time to time, I actually do get on my kayak and take the phone out there while we're live. We've done it a few times before in the past, and you guys are right on the river with me. So yeah, I probably should take this a bit more serious, be more professional like the other YouTubers, but that's boring. You guys can get that anywhere. I do try and invite people into my life, and that way they know that this guy's not full of a bunch of BS. He's just a normal blue collar guy like me, doing his best to get through life and trying to enjoy life on a day-to-day basis. So yes, man, if you get to Virginia, or if you want to go to Wallops, hit me up. I'll give you all the insight, tell you where to come in at, where to stay, where the best food is at, always welcome.
We are now
Always
2
welcome.
minutes away from SpaceX's stream. I'm so excited to get it on the way. But man says, whoa, 10th launch. I remember the first like it was yesterday. So iconic. SpaceX moves so fast. That first launch, I remember being so gassed. I did say earlier that I was working in insurance at the time. And one of the girls beside me, I told her that there was humans on board just to see her reaction. I didn't expect them to go up like that. And yeah, as soon as stage separation failed, I was left looking like an idiot. Craig says, Craig here. I'm in Hawke's Bay, so get to see most launches fly over. Was lucky enough to get Peter Beck like one of my photos.
Nice. Nice. Love that. That is awesome.
Liking your photo. I'm jealous. I'm not gonna say I'm not, because I genuinely am jealous. What has happened there? SpaceX look like they may have scrubbed the launch. 2 seconds, guys. The counter has gone back to T-minus 12 hours. Guys, if we have any information on SpaceX and whether the launch is a scrub, please do let me know. It's not looking good at the moment, but I will keep you updated. iManOS says 4 minutes to launch, till the stream. Okay, they have pushed it out now for another 45 minutes. Now, I don't know why the counter has stopped. It's a hold, iManOS says. So the stream is now starting from SpaceX in 45 minutes. So, Chris.
Not the first time that they do
Another
this.
45 minutes of putting your neck on the line, my guy.
That's not the first time. I mean, they do this. I mean, come on. It's not the first time. Now, it's the first time we've covered a live launch, but not the first time I've watched the launch. I've watched every single one, and it does happen. It's not. Look, I'd rather them to be delayed and be successful than, try and push something, rush something, and, just blow up on the pad or whatever. So kudos to SpaceX, being smart, doing the best they can to be successful. That's what we want. If they do scrub completely, no hard feelings. It is what it is. They're trying to put this massive rocket into space. And it's not, space is difficult. It's very big. There's more things that can go wrong than can go right. So another little delay, man, screw it. I mean, we're already here, right? it's Sunday. What else are you doing? You're up. You're just waiting to go to work tomorrow.
Guys,
what are you gonna do? You're gonna watch Friends episodes and reruns of some random TV show. Sure, go for it. I mean, that's fine. I get it. But no, the more we're delayed, the sooner I'm gonna start firing this grill up, and you guys might see me jump in the damn river before it's all over with, because the
I have
water's
some bad
my name.
news. So they are standing down from today's launch of the 10th flight of Starship to allow time to troubleshoot an issue with ground systems. So, guys, I am waiting for another time, but they're looking like they're pushing it back by 12 hours, but that could be just resetting the clock. It is a scrub today. Randall says extra time. Let me double check. I am pretty sure it is a problem with the ground system and it is a scrub. Randall says extra time for an extra beer. Chris,
I love that.
we didn't see the 33 Raptor engines ignite yet. We have been talking about Starship for about an hour and a half. How are you feeling? I believe Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, it's a scrub.
Okay, so here's what I'm feeling. Let's say we got a scrub. That's fine. It happens. I mean, it's space. It's hard, but we made a few friends today that we didn't have in the past. Again, shout out to Penelope. That's a new name I haven't seen in here. That's awesome.
Big shout out to Craig.
Big shout out to Craig. Big shout out to Craig. You guys are amazing. We are doing our best. We are doing our best. We do have a lot of fun here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We do want to cover this launch when it does happen, whether it's an hour from now, 12 hours from now, or 12 days from now. We will be here for it. Just like we are for the Electron launches. In the future, we're going to move forward, and we've slowly, from day one, we started off with the Haste Club. And if you guys don't know Haste, it's a suborbital hypersonic rocket designed and launched by Rocket Lab, and it grew into Rocket Lab Fan Club, and then now it's growing into Space Fan Club, and we are going to cover everything space, everything ASTS, Redwire, yes, SpaceX and Rocket Lab, and everything and everybody in between. It could be Blue Origin. We just love space. We love launches. We love the community that is built around it. You guys, all you big space fans out there, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we might have a scrub tonight, and unfortunately, we're not going to see a launch. We were all hyped for that, but you know, I guess today, in a way, was a dry run for us when it comes to the new space fan club for us. So it's kind of poetic. You think about it, it kind of makes sense in a lot of ways. It gives us something to build on and to shoot for bigger and better things moving forward. But again, thanks for everybody for joining in, giving us a chance to introduce ourselves to you. And I do hope to see more of you guys, whether it's just about Rocket Lab or again the next SpaceX launch. Thanks so much, everyone. It's been a lot of fun. Liam, I'm fine with staying on. If we want to go ahead and scrub ourselves for the night and pick it up tomorrow, that's fine too. Let's let the chats decide. If you guys have anything else you want to talk about, bring up any questions. We're here for you as always. Please bring it up. We're happy to keep it going.
Yeah, guys, chats, do let us know. If I start seeing people drop off, I will know to call the stream early. Do you know what we'll do? Guys, we are 5 subscribers away from 3,000. We hit that 3,000 mark tonight. We will stay on as long as you want. Also, smash that like button. I'm looking at the likes at the moment, and they just don't match up with the amount of people that are constantly watching us. Please, it's the one
guys,
thing
hit that like because we have a giveaway. If you didn't hear earlier, we are having a party out on Wallops Island. We're going to celebrate the Neutron rocket. We're celebrating Rocket Lab. We're not going to say we're going to be there for the launch. This is not just for investors. It's just for all space enthusiasts. So we're putting this big party together. And one of the gifts that we're giving out is that we're going to basically, so we have to get, obviously lodging, hotels, and we're going to have it catered for 2 nights. 2 nights in a hotel, 2 nights of catering. And so we're giving away a free gift so that one of you will not have to pay for your lodging. You're not paying for your food. You just got to pay for your travel. I'm not covering your travel, no offense, but some of you guys might be coming from New Zealand. That's an expensive flight, and I'm poor. But we can cover that for the person that does get us to that 3,000 mark. We'll announce that in the coming days. We are 5 away. So
4 away now.
4 away. All right, let's do it. Guys, we can go today live. We'll hit that 3,000 mark. We will announce the winner tonight if it gets to that point. If not, there's always tomorrow. I'm old. I love Annie. So, the sun will come out tomorrow, guys. If you guys don't hit it tonight, someone will hit that. Someone will get that free gift. Whoever it is, congratulations. Can't wait to meet you out on Wallops. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's see how far we can take this thing.
Well, that's the thing. If you've already subscribed, each like shares us out to 10 more people. That's an opportunity for 10 more people to subscribe. Now, guys, if you don't believe me, this moves in live time. When someone hits the subscribe button, you will see this flick around. Now I'm gonna get everyone unsubscribed just to no, there you go. 2997. Do you know what? I'm gonna add to this, Chris. At 3,000, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna do a biggest giveaway yet. It will coincide with the launch of Space Fan Club. Look, 2998. We're 2 away. We're gonna coincide with the launch of the Space Fan Club. It'll be our biggest giveaway yet. 10 of you will win the prize. All you got to do to enter, make sure you've liked the stream, make sure you have commented in the chat. Once you comment in the chat, it tells YouTube that you're active and you're not a bot, and that way we can fire up. Chris,
Yeah, share it on X. Share it on X. We're 2 away, guys. We are 2 away. Share it with your friends. Share it on X.
How far have we come, my guy?
I know that's what I was going to say. I know it seems like a shameless plug, but we want to make sure that we're actually reaching out to people and we're not just wasting our time talking to each other. No one's watching. We want to make sure there's a value behind this. If you guys see value behind this, you guys want to see more of this kind of content, do share it with your friends. Share it with
Oh boy, here we go, my guy. It's gonna happen.
1 away, guys. We're 1 away. All right, so thank you to everyone before we get there. And so it's not that the 3,000 person that gets the gift. It goes into, we can't control it. We can't control how the algorithms work with YouTube. Everyone that has made the effort, shared this, like this, everyone is going to be in the pool. It's going to be random. So everyone that's done this, I don't care if you were number 15 that joined in months ago. It could be any one of you. But thanks again. This is a lot of fun. And we didn't even get to launch tonight. We didn't even get to launch tonight. Imagine how it's going to be when SpaceX does actually launch that bad boy. Yeah, we're what, half away, 1 away? Have we hit it yet? I can't see the numbers, guys.
Pete from New Zealand has just subscribed. Pete, big shout out. Guys, any one of you here, we will do a short form video for any of you. Completely free. Just jump into the chat, ask us exactly what you want us to do a video on. We are now the Space Fan Club. We're not the Rocket Lab Fan Club, so it can be anything to do with space. No, look, myself and Chris are not specialists, so you may see us do a very poor attempt of explaining how a Raptor engine works. But do you know what? We're willing to learn. One thing you will get with me and Chris is deep dive research, and you will get us go down rabbit holes. Greg Starts says, shoot. Dylan Rogers, big shout out, my guy. Big excitement for tomorrow. 3,000. There we go, guys.
Dylan, we just hit 3,000. Dylan, good timing, brother. Good timing, Dylan. You got to get back on with this. We just hit 3,000. Someone
Dylan,
is getting ready to
jump
win.
on the stream with us if you want.
We are getting ready to give away a nice gift. One of the best gifts, in my opinion, that you will get on YouTube from any YouTube streamer. The value is several $100s. Not gonna lie. The hotel itself is not cheap. The catering is not cheap. Yes, you got to pay for your own flights and your travel, but happy to have you out. And again, anyone coming out to the party, if you need help with airports, transportation to and from, lodging, food, all that kind of information, hit your boy up. Chris will take care of you. I'm a local. I've been here my whole life. I know everyone and anyone in between. This is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone. We just hit 3,000. You guys are amazing. So awesome. So awesome. Next goal, we'll hit that soon, but that's for another day. Today we hit our goal. You guys are amazing. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get this giveaway on the way. I'm going to do it out in shots of 5 just to see what the uptake is. So I done these once before, yeah, where myself and Reese are on the stream, and I have my phone open here so I can do giveaways, yeah. And I gave myself, look, someone unsubscribed there. Everyone has to wreck the party, don't they? I done a giveaway, and didn't I give away to myself? And I was like, my God. So we're gonna hope that does not happen today. And let me go for it. Can you believe that, Chris? You always get some prick, don't you? Unsubscribe to wreck the party. So, guys, we're going for the giveaway. And here we go. We're back to 3,000. SpongeRob, big shout out, my guy. You've just received a membership. Demetrius, another shout out. Custard and Chips, another shout out. Almost, and Trey, big shout out. 5 memberships gone out. Now, guys, to make sure you are in for a chance for the next 5, jump into the comments and make sure you smash that like button. I've proved that anyone that has already liked and messaged in the chat, there's a chance for a membership. Chris, how are we feeling?
I love the trolls. I love the trolls. I love the bots. Please DM me with all your negativity because I will destroy you backwards and forwards. I joke all the time. I don't like the numbers. I don't deal with the details. But if you question me, now I've been put to the test. About a month or 2 ago, I had a long day and I wasn't expecting to go live. I had no idea I was going live, so I was kind of partying a little too hard. Had a few 2 drinks, and Liam said, "Hey, we're going live." I said, "Great, just don't ask me any questions." All they did the entire stream was ask me questions that if you don't know your shit, you ain't gonna be able to answer it. And they asked me, and I was able to deliver over and over and over. So if you're gonna troll us, fine. Let's have some fun with it. Here's the thing. I want the negative feedbacks because I learn more because I'm gonna deep dive and maybe you're right. Maybe there's something I missed. And there's something I missed, especially as an investor, I want to know because my money's involved. Now, if you're just going to troll just to be a troll, that's fine too. We got to have fun with it, and we're going to have fun with you. So, yeah, I love the trolls. Please bring them on. Doesn't bother me a bit. We do it for everybody. You know, whether you want to be Mr. Negative or you want to be Mr. Positive, that's fine. We're okay with it. We're not doing this for money. Liam and I make $0 off this. As a matter of fact, it costs us money to do this. Liam will tell you it's not cheap to have these kind of channels. You got to pay for it. So we're trying to do a service. We're trying to help other people out, and we're trying to have fun with it. And we want to continue to have fun. But please don't think that you cannot come back at us with a bear case or negative, quote unquote, negative comment, because again, we might learn something we didn't know in the past. So to all those negative comments out there, thank you just as much as the positives because that's how we learn.
Right. I love this Space Fan Club. And because I love it so much, let's do our biggest giveaway yet. We're going to fire 5 more in. Guys, last chance. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. And get into the comments. You have 30 seconds to enter the free giveaway. Chris, I met you. I had 1,200 subs. You were streaming on X. I actually can't believe how much this has grown. They said we couldn't do this daily. We've just adapted. We've brought on more guests. Like, we've reached out to as many people as we can. We keep reaching out. We keep trying to better ourselves, better the channel. I want you to sit back tonight, my guy. Get your beer. Chill out. Realize how far we've come. And then we push for 5,000. Guys, as I've shown you here, we will never stop. This is now the Space Fan Club. Help us reach that 5,000. The only way you can help us reach it is by sharing it out to more people, whether it's sharing it on X, whether it's smashing the like button, whether it's engaging in the comments. This all tells the YouTube algorithm that you enjoy the content. You enjoy the content, why not share it out to more people? More people we speak to, the more education we get, more guests we have on. And again, yes, we will have the likes of Marcus House on, we'll speak to Peter Beck, and it'll grow from there. But no, we're going to go straight for the giveaway again. So we're going once again. And here we go. We have There Is No Try, GG, ISO VDU, Lifetime Aesthetics. And you know what? Our good friend Dieter has now received a membership. Guys, thank you so much for constantly supporting our channel. We do giveaways all the time. If you haven't received a membership today, don't worry about it. We constantly do giveaways. Chris, we need to work out a way of getting your giveaway of the paid party out there. Randall says, congrats, enjoy the ride, and Barbie. Thank you so much, Randall. Big shout out. Randall's already a member. Thank you so much for the constant support, my guy. You're always here. Scott Invest, another big shout out. I'm Anna West. And again, Dylan Rogers. He's been here since the start. He must have been there when we had like 9-10 subscribers. We were speaking about eVTOLs. I had a red room in my background. It was just a red wall. I had this...
when you found me, bro, I was on X doing a live on X off my kayak with Francisco and Yanni. And I had, a handful of followers, and you're like, I really like your content. We're going to take you live. And I said, okay. I never intended to do any of this. I was not my goal. It was not something I intended to do. Matter of fact, I didn't really want to do it. I don't like my voice. I really don't, but it was a lot of fun. And that's why we did it, because it was a lot of fun. It wasn't about the money or the attention or any of that. It was about, I have kids, okay? I have kids, and I was never taught how to invest as a child. I'm teaching my kids how to invest as a child. And thanks to you guys in the chats, thanks to my friends on X, thanks to Liam, Reese, Dylan, you guys have helped me become better investors. What that does is help my children become better investors, and helps my friends and family become better investors. This is not selfish. This is not about me. This is about everyone else that we can help provide. Some of the absolute best thing I see on a daily basis now from comments is people message me and they say, wow, Chris, man, I had a lot of fun last night. We were laughing, we were joking, and I forgot that I was learning so much. That's the best compliment you can get from anyone on any kind of stream. We do want to educate people. We do want to help people. We don't want to push our values and our views down your throat. We want to get your feedback and learn from you as well. So again, thank you, everyone. If without you guys, we're nothing. We say that in the beginning when you see the live intro. We are a family. This is a community. We're trying to grow the community so that we're not just helping each other. We're helping our friends, our family, and our children. Just something to keep in mind moving forward.
Guys, I'm really confused on how to go about this whole space fan club. I need your help. I have created an eVTOL community. Myself and Chris have created this Rocket Lab community with the Space Fan Club. How do you want it to run? Do you want it to be around investing, space investing? Do you want it to be just around being a fan club? Everything about space that's exciting, whether it's watching the launches, whether it's doing these deep dives into the potentials out there. One of my most exciting streams was the helium-3 one. I really got into that. Another one of my favorite ones was not the Mars mission, the Venus mission. Really deep diving that. Look, I am an animal scientist by trade. I have a degree in animal science. This is not investing. This is pure science. And that's why I love space. I love the search for life. I love the fact that we're trying to expand humanity's capabilities further at home. I want to know, guys, what is your vision for a space fan club? Do you want it investing based? Do you want it space sort of exploration based? Do you want, I don't know. I really don't know. Do you want it primarily just us streaming every single rocket launch? It's up to you. It really is. For any of you that haven't been here before, you steer the stream. One comment can set us off and we're down a rabbit hole. So do jump in and let us know. Chris, what's your vision of a space fan club?
Man, I was so nervous about today. We've never done a attempted live stream on a SpaceX launch, and we know how the SpaceX community can be. Love them, but they know their stuff. They're very intelligent people, so we got to be our P's and Q's at all times. And when it comes to Rocket Lab, ask me a question. I can go down rabbit holes. I can give you the numbers. I can go through it backwards and forwards. And as much as I love Elon, I'm not as well versed on SpaceX as I want to be, and I'm fine with admitting that. But that's the great thing about this kind of community is that we don't have to know everything about everything. We have other people in the community that have their own strengths, that they focus on certain areas, and that's why we have them in here. That's why we have the guests that we have on. We have some of the most intelligent people, the most insightful people on. Again, like you said earlier, we have Scott O coming on. We're going to deep dive more into helium-3. If you guys don't know about helium-3, do yourself a favor. Yeah, we're still a few years out, but it's huge. And that's what we do. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to educate you and hopefully get some education from you guys and learn from you as well. I love the direction. I think this is a positive. Space is big. We can't cover everything. And when we first started doing it daily, people said there's no way you can have content every single day that's, inviting, intriguing, informative. And what we found to be truthful is that we can't possibly cover everything, even on a daily. Space is massive and we're early. It's only going to get bigger and move faster. We can't keep up. So without you guys in the comments, without the help, without all the DMs, it's impossible. It is absolutely impossible. So again, thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I'm getting DMs. I'm getting messages right now. It's amazing. You guys are awesome.
I love this. Yeah, Peter Thompson says, "Funny, I'm moving a mob of sheep while watching your feed. Just a few animal guys interested in space." My guy, I don't know where you hear earlier where I had to jump off screen and jump back to my farm. I'm a full-time farmer myself, so thank you so much for joining the chat. Thank you so much for finding us. If there's any video you want us to create around space, my guy, please just jump into the comments. Let us know. We're all about a community directing our channel. There's no point me and Chris coming up with ideas. The best way is let the viewers steer our ship. We notice loads of channels ask you to pay for them to make videos. Me and Chris make videos for the love of it. Me and Chris are constantly looking for new ideas. Look, we're here daily, so if you can jump in and let us know, any of you guys, what sort of videos you want, we'll make that video for you. Randall says, you guys are dedicated, fun, hardcore. This is the most unique open forum channel. And that, Chris, is a tick in the box, because that's exactly what we speak about every single day. And the fact that you recognize that, Randall, I want to give a big shout out, because myself and Chris say, how can we make it more engaging? How can we make it more open forum? How can we let the guys steer our channel? We try and engage with every single comment, good, bad, or ugly. We try and engage with it. We
100%.
It's
100%.
hard, but we try to do it. We do put ourselves on the line.
Bro, Randall, I've followed other investment channels, other space channels, and we get in the comments, and at the beginning, they get feedback, and they get a little bit too big for their britches, and they just ignore everybody. And in a lot of ways, it kind of dies off. No offense to anybody. I'm not judging anything. I'm just saying that's the reality. Truth is that we're only successful because of the people that provide that success. We get the success from guys just like you that interact, that ask the questions, and we want that interaction. We want that feedback because some days we might go in thinking we're going to talk about haste, and we'll have notes and notes and notes. And then someone will come up in the comments and go, "Hey, have you guys thought about this?" And all of a sudden, the channel, the whole conversation goes a different direction, and we're totally fine with that because it's not about us; it's about the community. You might be needing information on A or B, and we're thinking about C and D. Well, sometimes we're off. Sometimes we're not in tune with what everyone else wants to know, what they want to hear from. So please always give us feedback. Always interject. Always give us your comments, and we will always do our best to get back to your comments, answer your questions the best of our ability. And if we miss it, for some reason, if we miss it, we're going off on a tangent or whatever, repost it or hit us in the DMs. I promise you, we will get back to you every single time. Thank you so much.
One thing me and Chris are experts on is diving down rabbit holes, but not only doing that, we get sidetracked massively. So, guys, don't be afraid to jump in and let us know. We're going off topic and fire back in there. Look, we started as Rocket Lab Invest and Channel. We're going to continue that. We're going to continue our daily streams around Rocket Lab, but this is going to be another string to the bow. Now, Chris, with the scrub of Starship, we had that hype, that excitement. You felt that adrenaline go. How big of an adrenaline rush are you going to get around the launch of Neutron?
That's unfair. That's unfair. If you guys don't know me already, I'm a big, big Rocket Lab geek. I'm local. I'm close to Wallops Island. I'm going to be out there for the launch. If I got to sneak on the pad, I'll take the felony. I don't care. It's worth a night or two in jail. I'm going to see that launch. I'm so hyped. But again, it's not just about Neutron. It's about the advancement of space. I'm disappointed about tonight's scrub. I really wanted to see a launch from SpaceX tonight because I was super hyped. Went out, got some beer, got some food. I'm still going to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate space every day because yesterday was yesterday. Now we're a little bit closer than we were yesterday. Tomorrow, we're going to be a little bit closer. And yes, moving forward, as we get closer to the end of the year, we're going to see Neutron on that pad. We're going to see SpaceX making more amazing accomplishments. Bezos, all those guys, they are putting a lot of time and energy into it. It's the least we can do to support them, encourage them, cheer them on, because we're all supportive of space. I think we should be. Even if you're not investing, I think it's an investment in the future of humanity. So it doesn't have to be just about money. It could be about your grandchildren, which I have one now, thankfully. I'm very excited about moving forward. Very excited about the future. Yeah, the project moving forward. I think this is a great direction to go in. Yes, we do know Rocket Lab backwards and forwards, but we thankfully have you guys in the chats that can help educate us on the things that we don't know about. And what Liam said about rabbit holes, if you're new here, I got one piece of advice. Go buy a seatbelt, strap that bad boy in, strap yourself in, because when we go down rabbit holes, guys, we go down some deep rabbit holes, and it's a lot of fun. Nothing is off the table. There's no wrong question. There's no wrong answer. It's all about educating each other, having fun with it, and exploring the possibilities of what can come next. I've done it myself. I was ridiculed in the past because I said HASTE was going to be in multiple countries. Well, 6 months later, look where we're at. Again, helium-3, got a lot of slack about that. That's fine. I would love the negativity, the negative comments to come back because I'm going to listen to it. I'm not just going to blow you off. I'm going to explore it. And again, you might be right. And if you're right, I will admit it live. I will have no problem. Dude, I'm wrong all the freaking time. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong. What's wrong is to not take the chance, not, explore those possibilities because I'd rather be wrong than miss out totally, if that makes sense. So again, thanks everyone. The comments, the questions, you guys are amazing. Without you, we are nothing. Without you, we don't achieve nothing. So thank you so much. Yeah, we have everyone that got the membership tonight. Congratulations. We will be announcing the winner of the ticket for Neutron Party tomorrow. We're gonna let YouTube decide. No offense, we don't have the control over that, but we're gonna wait for the next live stream for that one. Thanks, we hit 3,000 tonight. That's amazing. Let's go for the next goal, man. That's what life is all about, reaching that next goal. Thanks, everyone. This has been a blast.
I'm never satisfied. Honestly, we hit 3. I'm already thinking of 5. We hit 5. I'm already thinking of 10. And it just goes like that. But getting back to Starship, Bagger Holden says the tiles can't get wet. I wasn't aware of that. Not going to lie, my guy. If you can send me a link at all where you have seen that information, please let me know. Guys, do jump in. Is there something about the tiles not being able to get wet? It sounds pretty weird considering they have to come down through clouds. But no.
Hey, I'll respect the Becca Holdings. He's proven me wrong more than once. Thank you, bro. Thank you for proving me wrong. He probably knows a bit more about that than we do, so it's definitely worth looking into. Thanks for the comment, bro.
And then, guys, what does excite you the most around space at the moment? Is it the likes of your communications? Is it deep exploration? Is it the search for life? I know we've been diving into the likes of space-based solar and then beaming it back down to Earth. We've also been exploring the likes of helium-3 and more or less extracting it from the moon, heating up lunar soil to around 700 to 900 degrees Celsius. Look, it's ultra dilute. It's between 20 to 50 parts per billion. Gonna need a lot of lunar soil. We're not just talking about Neutron going up to collect it. We can have the likes of Starship. It's not going to be one company that gets a project like that underway. You need governmental backing, but not only that, you need a complete collaboration between multiple space companies. This would be a multi-billion, if not trillion, project to excavate the moon. My biggest excitement is Search for Life, the likes of the Europa Clipper, the likes of the Venus mission that Rocket Lab have.
Oh, that Venus mission
It
is
would
fire.
change every.
Look, if you guys are new, and if you're into space, especially exploration and possible, finding life on other planets, go and check out. I'm not trying to do a plug here, but this is actually a fun video. Go check out our video on the upcoming Venus mission for Rocket Lab. We only touched the surface of most of it, and we probably need to get back into it and dive more into it. But that's going to be a lot of fun. Rocket Lab, Peter Beck, they're funding this out of pocket. They're not getting funded from NASA or SDA or DARPA like they would normally get, or Space Force. They're doing it on their own because they want to do it themselves, which says a lot about the company. It says a lot about Peter Beck himself. Don't need to get too much into that, but yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, that's a great video. Yeah, my big dumb self is in the video, but I don't watch the video because it's me. I watch it because the info is fun. It's a fun video. It's a great video. Go watch it. I think you guys will love it. And if you want more insight on that, well, guess what? We've got another Venus mission coming out. As far as another video, very soon. We're working on it. It's going to take a little while, but yeah. It's not just about Rocket Lab. It's not about SpaceX. It's about space as a whole, and Venus itself. It's gonna be a fun mission. Can't wait for that one.
Bagger Holden then says Thunderfoot got a tile and they absorb water. Coming down is easier. The tile Thunderfoot tested absorb water like crazy, and it would make the craft heavy. It did rain here a little. I can kind of understand where you're going with that. If it makes Starship even heavier. You're depending on more thrust, less payload being able to be pushed up. I think it was a problem with the ground system. I don't think I know it was a problem with the ground systems. They were standing it down to allow time to troubleshoot an issue with ground systems. But that is pretty interesting to know that them tiles do absorb water. Look, every day is a school day. That is something I have learned today. Guys, this has been the Space Fan Club. New project, same old faces. We smashed 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Guys, on your way out, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. It does share us out to 10 more people. We want the Space Fan Club to be the fastest growing aspect of our channel. We want this to be the biggest part of our channel. We are all space fans here. You know that. Who doesn't like a rocket launch? Guys, we will be back tomorrow. I do have an interview with a CEO of Horizon Aircraft, which is Brandon Robinson. I have an interview tomorrow. I'll be dropping the video tomorrow. It's not every day you speak to a CEO from the NASDAQ. I'm excited. It's our second interview with him. If you want to learn more about Horizon, we have done a deep dive about 3 days ago. And if you want to check out the first interview with him, he was a fighter pilot turned CEO. You can check that out on our channel as well. But, Chris, any closing remarks?
Just thanks, everyone. Tonight's been fun. I know we didn't get a launch. We got scrubbed. We can't control that. But to all the new people in here, I hope to see you in here again. Again, any questions, any videos you guys, any questions you guys want us to cover live, please hit us up. Happy to do it. But as you guys can tell, this is a different kind of YouTube channel, different kind of an investors channel. We're here for the community. We're here to have fun, have a few laughs, joke around. We don't take ourselves seriously. And again, we're not the experts. We'll admit it right out front. But we do bring on experts on from time to time. We have some amazing guests coming up. I'm not gonna drop names. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and I do hope you guys tune in tomorrow. And we'll see you for the next launch. Thanks so much.
My name's Ian, one of the Hulse brothers here with my good friend Christopher. This has been the Space Fan Club, the start of an amazing journey. Guys, I'm going to finish with, we hit 3,000. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm so happy. You've made my day. Thank you so much, guys. Until tomorrow.